Hey y'all, welcome back to another Digital Diary podcast. I'm your host, Ayana Sherelle, and today we're back. We're going to be talking about a lot of great things. And as you can see, I don't know if y'all can see or not, but we will have a special guest. Her name is Coco. She will be entering and leaving, just doing whatever she wants because that's just what she does. And today, let's just catch up, y'all. I feel like it's been a minute. The last solo ep that I recorded was back in November. And say hey, Coco. Look, say hey. Okay, well, yes, the last episode that I recorded was back in November, and that was just kind of me like introducing myself. And I feel like I kind of left y'all hanging a little bit because I told y'all that I didn't know how much I would record, but from the last time I've talked to y'all, a lot has happened. We have had some guest appearances, but I just feel like I owe y'all more. So let's talk about a little bit more. So the first topic is where have I been slash what have I been up to? So since the last time I seen y'all, I got engaged January the 2nd, 2026. That is right, baby. It was the second, right? Or was it the first? Okay. It was either the 1st of January or the 2nd of January. Can't really remember the exact date. Got engaged in Dallas and it was beautiful. It was at the Reunion Tower. It was special, very intimate, just me and my boyfriend slash fiance at the time. But since then, I have also gotten married, y'all. So little backstory on that. We've always known that like we weren't gonna have a wedding and we just wanted to like kind of like elope. But we didn't know exactly what that would look like because both of our families wanted to celebrate with us. So on our 4-year anniversary, we actually got married and we had a wedding dinner to celebrate with only our close friends and family, and it was beautiful. If I could go back and do it again, I would. It was just a magical night. And yes, so I'm actually married now, guys. And yes, married life has been amazing. Um, I married my best friend and somebody who just understands me and loves me, so it's great. So I don't know if the last time I told y'all that I was like looking for a church or I had found a church, but I have found a church, I think, y'all, in the area we live in. We had kind of been visiting this church on and off, but I think the past few times that we've gone, well, I should say the past couple months that we've gone, we have kind of realized that we do want this to be our church home. So yes, I'm very, very excited about that. If you live in the Columbus area, Pastor Brent at Cascade Hills is a great pastor. If you are looking for a pastor, I think you should try it out. The next thing I want to talk about is a new job. Y'all, I specifically remember um, recording my first solo ep and telling y'all about like my job and how I wanted a new job, or I probably wouldn't be at the same job that I was at. And y'all, I am so blessed and so grateful that the Lord provided me with a new job because it was a terrible job. I was so unhappy, but the Lord has the Lord has provided me with a new job. And I just want to tell y'all a little bit about that journey. So, my last job I started in September and I left January. Well, I got engaged on January 2nd. You want to know how I know? Because I left my job January 5th. Anyway, left my job in January, and it was a type of situation where I literally just walked out, went to work, clocked in, and walked out. And I've never done that in my entire at any job. But at the time, I didn't pray about it. It was just something like my emotions were really high, and I felt like this was something that I needed to do. and I quit without a backup plan. And if you know me, that's not something that I would normally do. That's just, you know, not very smart. But luckily, I did have a partner who supported my decision. So I left in January, and y'all, I applied for so many jobs, did so many interviews, and I was just consistently praying for something to come through. And I didn't hear anything for 2 months. And I have my master's degree. Oh, that's another thing. I actually graduated with my master's degree. I don't know if I told y'all that, if I even told y'all I was in school for it, but I graduated with my master's in December. So yes, anyways, I'm an accountant, have my master's in accounting, and I could not find a job for 2 months. So I have always heard that the job market is bad, which I've kind of known that as well, because when I was at my last job, I was also applying. Like my first day there, I knew that was not somewhere I was staying. It was just terrible work environment. We're not gonna keep hounding on the negative, but just know I have been applying literally since September. But anyways, didn't have a job for 2 months. Luckily, the Lord allowed me to still be able to pay my bills and still be able to eat without a job for 2 months. But in March, I was actually blessed with a position that paid more than my last job and is a great work environment, great people, great benefits. I love everything about it. It's a hybrid role, in office 4 days, at home 1 day a week. Um, yes, and I'm just learning so much. It is different than any other role that I've had, just the industry, but it's a great job and I have no complaints there. So just if you don't like a job, I would not advise quitting in this economy with no job. But like I said, I had a partner to support me as well. But don't stay where you're unhappy, especially if it's like coming home with you. The job is like really affecting you. Do not stay. Trust the Lord, pray, and just try to get yourself out of toxic situations. I feel like we always talk about like toxic partners and all these things, but what about toxic workplace? Like that's not healthy at all. Okay, moving on. Um, I've also been working out consistently. I will say that I started working out consistently maybe like a month now, and I'm going to tell y'all why. I actually started pole fitness. So if you don't know what pole fitness is, it's basically like pole dancing, I would say. But I feel like when you say that, people like sexualize it, and it does not have to be sexual. You can make it sexual, but I started pole fitness, and before so I think the owner of the studio, I could be wrong, but I think she is the owner of the studio. I never really asked, but um when I was when we would go to pole class, we have to warm up before we like actually start class. So she like conditions us, and I realized how out of shape I was compared to everybody else in the class. But these are people who've been doing it. So she was just basically telling me that if you want to be good at it, you have to be in shape, because I don't know if y'all know it, but it is not easy to climb a pole at all. But yes, so I've been working out consistently. I've been doing pole fitness consistently. I was consistent for about 2 months, but I did just take a 2 week break with pole fitness. I've still been working out though, but I had some things going on in my personal life. Had to go back home and just like a whole bunch of other things. So I just had to take a break. But I pray that I start back this week because I really do enjoy it. And if you're watching this and you've ever thought about it, I think you should try it. It's a lot of fun, keeps you in shape, and yeah, you'll meet a lot. I've met a lot of great people doing it as well. And the next topic I want to talk about is, well, not next topic, but I wanted to talk about how I've been eating. So, if you know me, then you know that I love home cooked meals. I'm pretty much, I try to stay on an anti-inflammatory diet. So that means like no sugars, no fried foods, not eating out a lot. I'm not saying you can't eat out, but when you do eat out, you should still try to stay on the healthy side. And I just felt the need to talk about that because that is something that is really, really big in my life. Just my diet. I don't drink sodas, sugary drinks. If I do drink juice, it's going to be like 100% cranberry juice, no sugar added, and things of that nature. I do try to stay away from candy, but candy is a weakness for me. Um, yes. But yeah, so I know that was kind of really fast. I just wanted to give y'all like a summary on what I've been up to. So the next topic is what's next for me. So for 2026, one of my goals is to study for my CPA and sit for my CPA and pass some parts of my CPA. So if you're like, what's a CPA? A CPA is a certified public accountant. So basically, how can I explain this to someone who no clue what it is? So I think everybody knows what an RN is, like a registered nurse. So basically, that's what a CPA is. So you can, I don't even know if you could be a nurse without passing the RN test. I'm sorry, I'm very ignorant on the RN subject, but basically what it is you have to pass a test that's extremely challenging to obtain your CPA. And at that point, you can, if you're in a public firm, which I'm not in public accounting, you can be like a partner. Yeah, basically it opens up so many doors for you and also increases your pay. So yeah, of course, I'm going to try to get it while I don't have any kids. And that's just one thing that I always wanted to have under my belt. So yeah. Okay. And this is something that everybody has been asking me ever since I got married is when are you having kids? Y'all, I don't know. Well, my husband and I have discussed when we want kids, but of course, I don't really know when we're going to have them. But yes, to answer the question that everyone has been asking is, do I want kids? When are we having kids? Yes, we want kids. I don't know when we're having kids, but I'll let y'all know. Y'all will see when the time is here, okay? So y'all can stop asking me that because I feel like everybody's been asking me about that. All my friends have been trying to pressure me into having kids. We're gonna have kids when the Lord tells us that it's time. Okay. Any vacations? So I did have a family vacation plan, and I think it's in like 2 weeks, maybe. It's June 28th. Today is the 7th. But unfortunately, because I did just start my job, well, so I did start my job, going back to my job, I did start my job in March, and then when I was there for 2 months, they actually told me that I was moving to a different department, which is like the corporate of where I was working for. So I just started that last week. And if you know anything about accounting or finance or anything like that, like close is um, a very busy time for accountants and people who work in finance or accounting. So this will be my first close where they expect me to close by myself, and it'll be I could work remote if I wanted to, but it'd be very hard for me to work off just my laptop. Like I need multiple screens. I'm gonna need help, and it's a lot and it's new. So yes. So I will not be going to what beach are they going to? Uh Daytona Beach with my family, which I'm very upset about that, but it's okay. I don't have anything like vacation wise set in stone yet. I do have a couple question marks. I do want to go to the beach before the summer is over. And also, Morgan and I are thinking about doing a birthday trip. So, her birthday is in December, my birthday is in October. And we were just thinking about doing something in November so that to celebrate both of us because October is busy for her because her sister's birthday is a couple days before mine, and December is busy just because Christmas. A lot of people have birthdays in December, so we're like, let's just plan a week in November and go out of town. So question mark on that. I do have a couple things planned for 2027, but we're not going to speak on that just yet. But yes, so that's all my vacations. And also, I want to start trying new hobbies. So I told y'all that I tried pole fitness, love it, and I kind of want to dibble and dabble in some more things. I've been seeing people like crochet and knit. Um, looks really soothing. What else? I've tried reading, y'all. I just don't know if reading is for me. I'm not done yet. I do love a good audiobook, but as far as like sitting down reading a physical book, I don't know, y'all. That's really, really hard for me to focus. Like I think about everything else besides what I'm reading. So yes, I don't know about reading, but also I do want to try a couple other things. What else? I want to try playing tennis. I have ran well, I ran probably like half a mile and walked 1.5 miles. I did a marathon, y'all. I did half a marathon. But we're not gonna talk about that because I kind of suck booty, but um it was something that I tried, and I do want to do another marathon, like actually run it. So I have been training in the gym. I've been running a mile. Well, I'm not up to running a consistent mile yet. I'm gonna be honest. The most I've run is like 0.7 mile, but this week I'm gonna push myself to run a mile every day that I go to the gym. So yes, new hobbies. Um, yeah. So now that we've talked about everything that's new for me, let's talk about what's new for the pod. So as you can see, if y'all watched any of my other videos, this is a different setup. And this is not the final setup. This is just kind of something that I put together just to, since I've taken a long break, I just put something together for y'all. So this is a new setup for y'all, but this is not the final setup. I do want to try to be consistent. Again, I don't want to promise y'all anything and make myself a liar. So I am going to try to stay consistent. Now, what does consistent mean? I don't know because I don't feel like I have so much going on in my life that I can give y'all an episode. I don't know. I don't know. But we will see. Do I plan on having more guests? Yes. But um we will just see. I do have some people planned. I would just have to like plan out their episode and like what we're gonna talk about. So yes. We do have a lot of new things coming for the pod. This is something that I do want to continue to grow, and I just love yapping, love talking. Let me know who y'all, if you know me, who do y'all want to see on here? Do y'all want to see my husband on here? Y'all think he gonna come on? We'll see. Let's see. Yes, so that's just where I wanted to end it. Any suggestions y'all have? Do y'all like these type of solo episodes? What do y'all want to hear me talk about? Any questions? Anything else y'all want to know about me? Um, Coco is our special guest today. She is very, very spoiled. So if I were to put her in the room, y'all, she was just gonna whine and bark until I let her out. So I said, why not just let her join the pod? But yes, do y'all like this type of like sit down and chat? Do y'all want me to do this more often? Do y'all not want me to do this at all? Do y'all just want me to have guests? Like, what do y'all want to see? Just let me know. Oh, and also one other thing I did want to talk about before we end is Coco, my social media presence. So if you know, I kind of when I was out of work, I had like a run on social media. So I was posting on TikTok almost every day. I was just super consistent, and I did get a lot of love, a lot of support, and it was something that I did enjoy in the beginning. But then it kind of became like work to me. And I know if you do, I know that you do have to put in work, but y'all, I just was not feeling it. It's so much work. It's so much work to edit. And also that's something else with the pod. Like, not to be like a whiny complaining baby, but like you do have to sit down, watch this entire thing one time, edit, then watch it back again. And it's just a lot. It does take time. You do have to make time. And I know that I do have time, praise God, but it's just a lot, okay? And I want to give y'all good content. I don't want to just put anything out there. And I do feel like the last episode that I recorded with Quiz, I kind of did just put that out there. I didn't really, well, no, I did take a couple of days longer because I didn't want to just put anything out there. But this does take work. It does take time. It's a little bit more than just hit and record. I wish it was that easy, but yes. Anyway, back to my social media presence. I do want to get back into filming and doing TikToks and things like that, but maybe not every day because that was just a lot for me. Because I have gotten a lot of people ask like, why'd you stop doing TikTok? And y'all, I'm gonna start back one day. But yes, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see y'all soon. Hopefully y'all will actually leave suggestions, leave tips, things you want to see, things you don't want to see. And yeah, I love y'all. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. You can follow me on Instagram at Iyana. That's IYANAA, 2 A's. And on TikTok at Yana Sharelle. That's YANASHARELLE. Bye.